Okay, so let me try to demonstrate why the original SE is still a decent value and that it shouldn't be forgotten or lost in the shadow of the latest SE. I'm Lucas from AppleFox and let's begin with this video. Like, sure, the Touch ID is slower because it's only the first generation of Touch ID, it doesn't have A13 and other great things, but here is the good part about the original SE and also the reason why I think that the times of the OG SE aren't gone just yet. And the most important and the best thing about it is apparently the price. On eBay, I managed to find it for about 79 euros to buy it right now, and I believe that if I would just go in like an auction and place my bid, I would get it for even lower price. 79 euros is about $85, and for this price you can get it even refurbished from Walmart or somewhere. Not sure if anyone actually buys iPhones from Walmart, but yeah, it's sort of brand new because it's refurbished. And I'm pretty sure you'd be able to find even a better deal if you really wanted to. The latest brand new SE is still an amazing value for what you get, like no doubt about it, but we're talking under $100 for the original SE, and that's pretty insane. So you can in fact get the original SE for a quarter of the price of the SE second generation. Okay, let's move on to the next thing, and even though the screen is a little too small for many people, it's not too small for everyone, and if you're okay with average and 4-inch screen, then you don't have to worry about the display since it's just gonna be pretty okay. Like, you're gonna have the same PPI as on the latest iPhone SE, the PPI of 326 pixels per inch. So that's pretty nice when it comes to the image quality and the overall sharpness that you're gonna notice every day. I mean, you won't notice a lot of difference. Of course, the resolution is different, but that is due to a different screen size. But the overall PPI, the density stays the same. I would say that the battery life is actually a little bit better on the original SE based on my experience. Let me know if you would like to see the battery test or comparison between these two phones, or perhaps a camera comparison as well. I mean, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and also make sure you subscribe to the AppleFox channel if you are new here so you don't miss future videos and content like this one, and you can also hit the thumbs up so you make the video go up in YouTube algorithm and more people can actually find it and find out about the great value of the original SE. Now let's continue with the video. But still, one of the best things about the original SE is that it still supports the latest official iOS version, which is iOS 13.4.1 at the moment. Like, you get all of the great features of iOS 13, like the dark mode. Yes, it's usable even without OLED display, like, of course, we know that, and it also makes sense to use it without the OLED since you still don't want to be blinded by the bright white light. So even though the pixels don't shut off, it's still better when they're black, I guess. So it's nice that we have that. And also, like, great things of iOS 13 include the speed improvements and optimization, which makes everything run really smoothly, and the overall experience of using this is very nice. Like, it doesn't stutter that much. I mean, it's a nice phone, aside from physical appearance, because it's a little too tiny for me. Aside from that, it's a very nice phone to use. It's not very likely that it'll get iOS 14 when it gets released, but it still is an option. Like, if the iPhone 6s will get it, then the SE will have that as well, since they run on the same version. I mean, yeah, it's just like all of the same internals from 6s have been moved over to the iPhone SE, which makes them very similar when it comes to the internals. That's why we sort of connect them together. Okay, the next thing that we have is the headphone jack. I mean, I don't care anymore about it. With AirPods and all of that, I don't really have like wired headphones that are like my number one option that I go to. But for people that do care about it, and I also understand people who just want cable, no latency audio, I understand it, and that's why I also mentioned it in the video. The next thing that just comes to my mind when I take a look at this phone, or when I think about it in general, is that it would be a great gift for someone, especially for kids, because it's very inexpensive. It's like an iPhone, which kids love, and it's like Apple and all of that. And I also have to say that it would probably replace the iPod Touch, because that's a device that is used for this kind of stuff. Like, that is a fact that there are people who actually buy iPod Touches to their kids as a gift. I've heard about it, and iPhone SE could be the same option. I mean, I would much rather prefer to give someone the SE, since it's an iPhone, you can put SIM card in it, and iPod Touch it's like a toy for music and games. It's not really a phone, it's not a music player. I mean, yeah, it's a music player, but you wouldn't really use it for that right now, because your phone is able and capable of the same things. But yeah, like the first iOS device that gets them hooked, I'm doing the air quotes right now, hooked on Apple devices and their ecosystem. So it could introduce them how Apple works. Yeah, it's a great device, for example, if you want to try out an iPhone for the first time. It's not going to cost you much, and you can still have the latest iOS and the experience that it brings. I wanted to mention all of the good things first, and there are most definitely other great things about the SE. If there is something you would like to add to the list, just let me know down below in the comments. I would like to read the stuff that you like and appreciate about this precious device that we still use and many people actually still like. But there's also the other side, and I think that this is kind of obvious and apparent to many people. Like, you get here more than what you pay for, in my opinion. With second gen SE, it's the same thing. I mean, that's like the point of the iPhone SE as a product in general. But you have to keep in mind that the low price I showed you probably applies to the 16 gigabytes base storage option, which I don't think is sufficient in 2020 anymore. So for more gigs, you're gonna have to pay a lot more. So yeah, camera isn't bad. It's not like something unusable, but second generation SE has an outstanding camera that's capable of portrait photos, and the selfie camera has portrait capabilities as well. The front selfie camera on the first SE is just bad. It doesn't even have like 1080p video recording capabilities. It still has 1.7 megapixels. It's pretty bad, but yeah, for selfies, it can provide you, like, it can give you some nice photos when you give it enough light. But other than that, it's just gonna struggle, and it's gonna give you very grainy photos. So make sure to keep that in mind. Also, it's probably not going to be supported any longer, 1 year, one additional year, and that's max. Also keep that in mind when buying or looking at the first iPhone SE. Like, I just cannot tell or give you my honest thoughts without mentioning the downside of the SE. Not to mention that it's actually very small for many people, but we discussed and talked about that earlier in the video. So now it's up to you. I just wanted to make this video to let you know that we shouldn't just throw and trash this device completely. Like, there are still some valid points why the SE first generation makes sense, why it's a good phone. Like, it's from Apple, that's why it has the great things of the Apple ecosystem and stuff. But like, I wanted to mention all of the things that I like about it. I want to say thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoy this content. And if you want to see more videos like these in the future, make sure to click on the subscribe button, which will do a couple of things. It will make you stay informed, and you will always know when there is a new video coming out. You can also click on the bell to inform you about it, like to give you a notification. And it will also help the channel so we can grow and always make better videos. I want to say thank you very much for your support and watching. Stay safe, and see you guys later in the next videos. Peace out, guys.